Hello everyone, Matthew Marsingill here. Um, I'm gonna this going this is my YouTube channel. I'm gonna start doing videos of messages and devotions and their stuff. I wanted to make this first one here. Just want to take time to tell about myself and my testimony. The ones that don't know me. And I'm 25 years old. I was born in Gainesville, Georgia. Lived in Cleveland, Georgia up until my third grade year. And I've been in Tennessee since then. There was a time when we was in Georgia that I thought I'd gotten saved. It was when I was 7. There was a time where I talked to my dad and I talked to the preacher, and I just repeated what the preacher said. I thought I was saved. I knew about the Lord and stuff, but he wasn't dealing with me then. And we moved up here, and we was going to a church, Mount Harmony in Tellico. And it was on a Wednesday night. I don't remember exactly the date, but I was 10, and I wasn't quite sure. I felt like the Lord might have been dealing with me, but I prayed, but I didn't feel anything. And the devil, he convinced me that I was already saved. So I just went on still believing that I was saved from that time when I was 7. Well, thankful the Lord revealed to me that I wasn't saved on November 10th, 2013 at High Falls Baptist Church on a Sunday night. I believe it was on Sunday night. I remember taking that first step during the invitation song. I remember taking that first step, and then I remember taking that last step, and I don't remember steps in between. I just remember falling into that altar and giving my life to the Lord. And that's the thing. Knowledge is not salvation. A lot of people, that's what's gonna leads a lot of people astray. They just got the head knowledge. When it takes God has to be dealing with you. At 7, I knew about God, but he wasn't dealing with me. It takes more than just knowing about God. He has to come. He has to choose us. And then before we can choose him, he has to deal with us. And that's the best decision we can ever make. And if you haven't made that decision, I pray that's a decision that you make before it's too late. And being a Christian is not about being perfect, as the world likes to put us on high standards, Christians, preachers, and stuff. And I hear it all the time. Oh, you're a Christian, you're a preacher. So what? That's, yeah. But I'm still human. We all make mistakes. But the difference is about being a Christian is we know that we can go back to God, that we can get forgiveness. Up until when I got saved, I was 13 when I got saved. I was still young. I hadn't been out in the world. It was after I got saved when I started dealing with the sin, the things of the world, the temptations of the world. I never did no alcohol or no drugs or anything, but I have I have tobacco. I have did that, and I'm still sometimes do. And but we all have different temptations, different tests, different things. The Lord that the world throws at us, and the Lord can bring us through all of them. We just have to put our trust in him, no matter what it is. During high school, I don't know what it is. It's just something about that whole going from middle school where you're the oldest in school to going to high school where you're the youngest. Being the freshman, being young, you want to fit in. I'm just trying to fit in with everybody, And I've been that somewhere in the middle. And a lot of times when it's work, a lot of people we try to fit in with the world and Christians. We like to fit in that somewhere in the middle line. And that's a dangerous thing, because we're leading people astray by being that somewhere in the middle. And that's something we have to remember, that people are watching us. Our actions, they don't just affect ourselves. Anything we do, they affect others. If you are a father, if you're working and you're bringing in the income in your family, if you decide not to go to work that anymore, that doesn't just affect you, that affects your family as well. And that's how sins are. They don't affect just ourselves, they affect everyone that's around us. They affect other people, our decisions. And that's why, as parents, it's important that you get your kids in church, that they see that you worshiping God and serving the Lord. Because if they don't see you doing it, then they're not going to want to do it. They're not going to want to be putting their trust in God, and that their blood is on your hands if they do not come to know the Lord. And like I said, life is not easy. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes daily. We sin daily. We have to die to this flesh daily, because we're human, not perfect. But we can always come to God for that forgiveness. Ask for that forgiveness. We all make mistakes. We all fail. But don't let it define you. Get back up. Pick back up your cross and get back on fire for God. If you've letting your cross down, get back on fire for God. And then, like I said, I've backslid, and you can be in church and still be backslid. You can go to church daily. You can sit on the pew daily. You can sing a song. You can shout amen to the preacher. But still be backslid or still be lost. Everybody likes to be, some people like to play it all pretty, come into church, their church fancy best, but act like the world the rest of the time. And that's a dangerous thing. And we have to decide who do you want to serve. And it's time that we get more serious about Christ. And it's more time that I get more serious. We have to make that personal. It's time that we get more serious, because there's people that are going astray. There's people that are dying, going to hell. They need to hear the gospel. They need to hear the word. It's time we get busy and we get to doing it. As I said, I dealt with things in high school. I've cussed. I've did things that I regret. That I've been in that somewhere in the middle, and I haven't. Like I said, I've not did any of the drinking or the alcohol stuff, but even the little sin, we as Christians, we like to measure the sins and all, but they're all sin in God's eyes, sin. And he died sent his son to die for all of us and to raise again on that third day. But we'd have that choice to make. Have you made that choice to say, if not, make today be that day? And like I said, it ain't about, you're not perfect. We live in this sinful world. We're still going to fall. But just know that you can always go back to it. I met my wife. We started dating back in February 15th of 2021. That's when we went on our first date. And we got married in February 12th of 2022. We had dated for almost a year there. And we got married. And life has not been easy. We've experienced the trials and temptations throughout this marriage. There's people that's tried to put their opinions into our marriage, that's tried to tear us apart, that's told us that because of their marriages that we wouldn't make it because of they compared us to their marriages, and we're still going strong. We're still here. We're dealing with things, but we're still working on them. We're still making things work, proving these people wrong. And marriage, is just like life. Things are tough. Being a Christian is not easy, but God promises to be there with us throughout all this. And the Lord, if anyone knows me from a kid, I'm a shy, quiet person. I wasn't no bad kid, but I wasn't necessarily the goody. Some people thought I was the goody good kid, I guess, but I tried to be somewhere in the middle. I didn't want to be called on. I didn't want to be the smart kid, but I didn't want to be the troublemaker either. I was shy then, and I still am, yeah. But the Lord, He has a way of working things. He started dealing with me, and even all through all my life, I've had people tell me, "You're gonna be a preacher one day," and I just, shrugged it off to begin with. Like, no, that's not me. I'm too shy. That'll never be me. And then, as I got older and the Lord started dealing with me with that, I was like, no, that's gonna be my friends. Oh, that'll be Luke and Devin. They're some of my friends, and Lord, He did call them, and where I thought I was going to get away with not having to be called, but Lord, He said no on that. He still had a purpose. God, He chooses the people that the world wasn't seem like He would choose. He chooses the one. He doesn't choose the ones that would seem like He chooses the ones that are humble, the ones that want to be used, and the ones that are not perfect. He doesn't need someone that's high up and mighty, someone that's going to get high-headed and think it's all about them. It's important to remember everything we do, it's through Christ, not of our own merits, of our own worth. I'm nothing without Him. I can't breathe. I can't get out of bed. I can't do nothing without Him. I preached my first message on July 24th of 2022. I got my license as a minister on August 27th of 2025. I can do weddings, I can do funerals, I can do baptisms. The Lord has really blessed me, even through the hard times. I've experienced these temptations, these trials. There's been things thrown at me where I've wanted to give up, and through it all, sometimes we let the world get in there and plant the ideas in our head that we're not good enough. Sometimes we let these people and let Satan tell us that we're not good enough, that we just need to give up. But we have to realize that Satan is a liar, and we can do anything as long as we got God on our side. And I've experienced I've experienced hate for the truth. And I probably still will experience hate through these YouTube videos and through family, through people that doesn't like me. And as a kid, I cared. I wanted people to like me as a kid. And people just would walk all over me because I'm this good kid, and I let them. But as I become an adult, I've had to stick up for myself. I've learned we have to stick up for what's right. Even if it means losing family, if it means losing friends, we have to stick up for what's right. I've been confronted by family, by people at church. That's a place where we should feel safe at. I've been confronted, not once but twice. I've been confronted at church. I've had people that wanted to fight me, people that wants me dead, wants to kill me. In this ministry, this ain't easy. And some people, they do lose their life for this cause. And if that does happen, then so be it. I'm not running. I'm not scared for the cause of Christ. I'm not ashamed of Jesus. And it's time, as Christians, we stand up and we stick up for what's right. So this is just the beginning. This is my testimony. And I'm going to be starting, I don't know how often this will be, but you can subscribe if you want to. And I'm going to start doing devotions or messages, whatever the Lord leads for me to do. I'm going to start doing these. And I hope someone gets something out of this. And I would love to pray for you if you want to have any prayer requests. You want to put them in the comments or whatever. But I hope someone realizes their need. And a lot of people just need to realize that kindness makes a lot of difference. Just be kind. Think words hurt people. It's sad, kids should not have to deal with the things that they deal with nowadays. It's sad when a hearing of suicide from kids, young kids, just because the people has told them they're not good enough, because that no one cares about them. It's kids. Jesus loves you. You are important. If you need someone to talk to, there is someone, always people that you can go to. Don't think that you're alone in all these things. And let's just remember, people, the world needs to realize that this world is going to end. This is only temporary. All these things here are only temporary. Eternity is forever. Eternity is forever. Where are you going to spend it? I want to end with that. Where are you going to spend eternity? So for now, God bless you, everyone. Where are you going to spend eternity? Over and out.